Hello, 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 hello. How we doing? You know, compared to the music in the last area when I started stream, this Christiania music kind of nice. I do like how they have like the little prelude motif in there. Big fan of that. It should be very telling that my favorite parts of Shadowbringer music is reused parts of Final Fantasy music. Not saying I'm a music hater for sure, Shadowbringers, but they have a lot of ground to cover in the last 9 MSQs. There was one other thing I've been like thinking about. I've been going back and forth on how I want, if I want to do a different layout for my stream. Obviously, you know, I don't have to go over this, but I've been through a lot of iterations, right? We've used the green screen sometimes. We have the green screen studio in the wings. But I do think a lot, like when I rewatch my VODs, I always think like Final Fantasy has so many like buttons and prompts at all times. And like, you know, I have my chat box here and it blocks like a fair bit of the screen because I wanted to have like, you know, referenceable chats that aren't saved in the VODs. It's like, how would we feel about like stream layouts and like overlays? Are we fans of overlays around here? Just to like remove the clutter, right? Because in Final Fantasy, you know, you have your effect abilities down here. You got this text box, which suspiciously is very similar color to my chat box. Then you target somebody and it's like, oh, you and the targeting person, and then you get your map out there all the time. I mean, do you even need a map? What does the map do during dungeons besides just eat up my screen real estate, you know? The real estate market on an MMO stream is tough. It's just too much stuff being eaten up. Of course, I could give you like an actual visual of what I was thinking. It'd be something like, I don't know. Let's see if I can pull this up on OBS. Something like... Like if we just did this. But then like, the problem with this is now the game gets compressed. And like, you know me, the YouTube background editor. The editor in me is like, how am I supposed to zoom in dynamically into a subject that's already been shrunk? It's gonna look terrible. But then if I do that, I can just like, you know, pull off one of these. You know, we'll resize it obviously, but like one of those. And then, you know, something crazy happens on stream on the actual game, and you can see it happen, you know? I don't know. I've such a hard time balancing it. Hello there. Sorry. Hey, Rat. We're doing a little stream surgery right now. I'm like just speaking things into existence. How do you feel? You're a big streamer person, Rat, aren't you? Are you the one who's like super into VTubers and stuff? How do you feel about stream layouts? Like, do you like having chat as like its own separate thing off stream? Like kind of what I'm doing right now. Imagine like the box was just a little taller. Because I think with like a game like Final Fantasy, there's just too much happening. You know, you lose so much data. You know, it's already a hassle looking at all this stuff. I hate too much overlay. When you say too much, but like if I just put like a static image background here, like if I did this, let's do some real surgery today. If I did this, essentially speaking, right? I'm awake. How you doing, Remove? We're just doing some surgery. If you'd like to help me in the surgery, you can see how this goes. Like if I did something like this, like nothing really distracting down here, just keeping the game separate from like the rest of the thing. Why don't you make chat a chat cover and put the stream chat in there? What do you mean chat cover? Just like you mean like block the The events thing on the bottom left. You mean something like this? Like just make it fit over? We're already doing surgery, so we may as well bungle this. I'm going to stretch it out. This is going to look terrible, but... You mean something like this, right? Essentially. I know a lot of 14 YouTubers do that. I don't know, but like... I mean, that's probably the smartest thing to do. If I wanted to keep everything, like, stable, that's probably the smartest thing to do. Because they want to hide all their juicy RP. They're definitely not. You're on stream! What do you mean hide all the juicy RP that you're doing? If I walk up to somebody, they don't have to see my chat, right? If you hear me like typing, I'm like, you know, if you hear me typing, right? I'm just like this, and then next thing you know, I walk up like this, and I go like, oh yeah, I wonder what they're typing in under the chat box. And the criminals in all chat. Okay, that one I understand. That one I can kind of get behind. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't have criminals. Don't lie to me. This game's like heavily moderated. Yeah, right. Okay, okay, if I want to see like people talk about like the geopolitics of the world, where do I go? Because in RuneScape, we have this place called Wintertodd. And it's basically like, it's a big world where everyone goes to hang out, right? Like, and do like one specific skilling activity. Imagine if there was a world that you could just join really fast. Like, let me make an analogy for Final Fantasy. Imagine if there was a world that you could jump to, DC jump to, that where everyone, all the players, only did like, weird thing. Only did hunts, the big hunts, right? There's a world where that happens. Balmung quicksands during presidential election time, not a bad one. But there's a place in old school RuneScape called Wintertodd. Without fail, you can go there at any time and you'll see like someone spouting like reading quotes from Mein Kampf, you know? And like 4 people from Turkey fighting against 4 people from Greece, you know, like without fail. There's nothing you can do about it. Of course, you can turn off chat, but I think that's the weakest way to approach it. I'm not afraid of reading random online people's strange opinions on the world. Let me undo all these things before I forget, because some of these look terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate... Oh, don't pull that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this version of it. There's a big like chunk of nothing happening up here. But like, you know, we're doing surgery today, right? This is not the official layout. But I don't hate it. I don't know. I feel like I'll regret it, though, when I try to piece this part of the VOD together, and I'm like, why is everything so small? Why is the game so small? Anyway, why don't we continue? We only have, I think, 9 more MSQ. I don't know if that's possible to do in one day. We can certainly try. I like stream overlays when someone is full screen their face, or models in VTuber's case. But when they're playing, I like full screen things with only chat layer. So what you're saying is I need to blow up my little image up to like VTuber standards. I got you. Check this out. Bah! What happens if I like move like a VTuber too? You know, like while I'm reading, I'll just kind of like bob back and forth like this, really emotively. What is this doing it for you? Yo, you can see like the pores on my face. It's kind of scary. Look, I have like a little mole right there. Ew. Ew. Actually, I think I'm underexposed. Why is that not working? Ah, there we go. Now I look a little better. This is wait, I can actually make myself really VTuber. Hold on. What happens if I There we go. Dude, there's no VTuber that plays like this? What do you mean? I've seen VTuber streams. They're like, if I go on Twitch right now, there has to be a VTuber that takes up like half the screen, right? Like, look, I'm a VTuber now. I think you're right though. I think I'm a little too flat. I think I have to become a little. There we go. Now I look like a VTuber, right? What happens if I stand up? What happens if I'm like all the way back here? It's messing with my like spatial features though, because I'm like compressing myself. You look too squashed. I know. Well, because this is what I normally look like. This is a real human being. But here, that's the thing though. This is a real human being, right? This is what you see like walking down the street. But this is VTuber Tazzy. See? I look so squished. It's crazy. My face looks wild. All right, let's undo some of our monstrosities. Where's my... There it is. There we go. I don't know. I don't hate this. I mean, it definitely needs work. Maybe I'll do a stream or two with like an actual... What was if I... Oh, hold on. All right. You know what? We got more time to kill before we start. If I remove the background, would that fix it? All right, this is gonna be really weird. If I go to Final Fantasy 14, ugh, I don't think that's working. Why is the text so hard to read? This isn't the right one. I think if I found a way to squish the things together, completely vanished a bit for a bit there, bud. Do you know how OBS works? Remove. When you switch, so I have my chat as a scene, which means it's basically an embedded image. So if I click on the chat scene button here, let me explain some of the streamer magic, all right? For you non-streamers out there. So I have this thing called chat scene. If you look at it, if I toggle it on and off, you can see that the chat just kind of disappears, right? But if I open the chat scene like scene, see? Hold on. See? Now, well, yeah. Your camera and mic were totally gone? Yeah, because my chat scene doesn't have my audio in it. The audio is in my Final Fantasy 14 scene. And the scene with my chat is a scene that I put into the Final Fantasy 14 scene. And together, they create the full layout. They're basically stitched together. Let's do some MSQ. Let me see how I feel about this. We can always go back, right? It's just a few Control S's away. Or Control Z's away. Anyway, onward to Tempest. How's Tempest? Tempest a nice place? Tempest doesn't sound like a place you want to take a vacation to. Why don't you have those sources in your audio mixer? Oh wait, hold on. I got reference pictures from Rat. This is what I mean between full screen model and in-game model. Okay, using this image. Well, you know what's crazy? I have that too, Rat. Check this out. Look. I think if I do this, is this gonna show off secrets? Nah, we're good. Well, okay, so using that reference, Rat, then the character Tazzy has to be like this big, I think. And this kind of scares me. This is too much. I take up too much of the scene. Why don't you have the sources in your audio mixer? I do have the sources in my audio mixer, but the audio mixer changes depending on your scene. So when I switch to the chat scene, I only have desktop audio and not my microphone audio. I'm using like sources to the scene. So like I have my microphone capture audio in the sources, which adds it to the audio mixer. It's a weird, okay, I'll be honest, it's a little bit of a weird workflow, you know, but you don't need to understand it. We're playing Final Fantasy. You require tomorrow or just a moment. Put the game in full screen, I'm blind. See, that's what I was worried about. Now I look like an ableist, because now you can't read, like, all these things. You require Amuro, just a moment. I shall saddle thee with our swiftest beast to fly you to the island. Open water? To the depths of the Tempest? Our Amaro can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor. You know what would really help, though? Why, like, it's so valuable, too? Do you know how many times I have to come back to the game to, like, re-record a cutscene? Uh-oh. I'm still suffused with too much light.
Ah, we have found thee.
I like how we were just avoiding them. Like, we're like, I'm going to go off to the Tempest without everybody else. You know? Like, they're trying to help me, but they're also probably going to strap me to a table and, like, perform surgery on me if they find me, so I'm just going to leave.
Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
There's no way that he
Urianger has shared
feels
everything
that.
with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
Imagine holding a secret from, like, someone that you trust for that long, and then they give you a glare and you're like, ah, you must have found out my secret that I've been holding for the last 500 MSQs. He just doesn't want to say it himself.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
Urianger, the first squire. The kingdom of Murny Delou begins now. I am a danger to those around me. That's a good line. I want you to understand, I am a tactical nuke at this point. I forgive you. Let's go to the Tempest.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianche. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well!
Oh, Alice is getting hot again.
But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed.
How long have we been out? What do you mean they've searched high and low? We've been out for a few days, right? There's no way they've scoured the entirety of the first in the few days we've been out.
I am not about to stand in her way now. Not after failing her in her hour of need. No, the least we can do is...
We will go with you as well.
Plus, don't we have a reasonable solution? Like, am I crazy for saying that, like, if we find the Crystal Exarch, can't we do the same thing we were planning on doing? Like, I know he got shot and he's being, like, held captive somewhere, but, like, if we find him, isn't that a way out? Isn't that a way to save this whole problem? So we have hope.
There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight.
I believe they were searching a way to stop the light for literally 100 years. No, but I mean, like, don't we have a way out if we can just find the Exarch? Because can't he do the ritual that we was gonna do, which is like eating the light and then teleporting away to die somewhere else? Isn't that what, like, isn't that the whole idea? Like, isn't that a theoretical? I know they're probably thinking like, oh, we want to keep, you know, our cat boy alive, but like, there is a way. We just don't know where he is, of course.
And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them?
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, 'twas clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Me too! That's right!
That's right. I like the accent that Hrothgars have. It's very like, I don't know what culture it's from, but
We do not
I can
fully
kind of pull it off, and
understand
that's the
where
important
you or
part.
the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where they're not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Give me a voice line. Yes. Leave it to us. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Defend the Crystarium until we return. We'll see the Exarch home. I'm telling you, we're gonna go find him. You can't take my cat. He's adopted. Yeah! Woo! They sound Scottish? That can't be right. Scottish would be like Scotland! Let's all go to Scotland! That's what they'd sound like. They're kind of more like... I have to hear it again. I'm doing the same dungeon for 4 hours hoping to drop a piece I want. I want to die. Imagine being a slave to the farm mines. Couldn't be me. I'm out here living my best life, doing MSQs. New content every day. It's beautiful. Thou did plan to commandeer Namaro for thy journey to the open sea. I would fear the following dive down to Emek Selk's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we've arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remain to thee in Crystarium. Once above the sea clothes above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. That's one down. Moving on, Jay. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold thee unto my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor. Yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must have the means to breathe and fight freely. Yet thus I would petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, and I promise thee. We're going underwater for the rest of the expansion? What happened? I didn't sign up for a water level. For the rest of the expansion, that's 9 MSQ underwater. South and to the west. There you are. Dude, you're only finishing base Shadowbringers? I understand how the game works. I've done 2 expansions, alright? I understand that post Shadowbringers is probably just as long, if not longer, than actual Shadowbringers. I've looked at the VODs. I know how long it took me to beat Heavensward and Stormblood. So why are you saying 9 MSQ? Isn't it 9 MSQ till the end of base Shadowbringers? Am I wrong? Was my math miscalculated? I thought you said... I took it from you, Rat, because I'm not checking, obviously. But you said 18, and I did 9 yesterday. Now, I don't need to be a math major to know that 18 minus 9 is 9. Hi, how you doing, Volcra? You just missed my Scottish accent. I know we were talking about accents yesterday. You missed out. Yeah, but this 9 isn't the rest of the expansion pack. Well, the title wouldn't be as interesting if I said beating base Shadowbringers. Like, what does that even mean? You need to understand how titles work, Rat. So I'm going slow for your brain to catch up. My brain works at a reasonably fast horsepower, I think. Whoa, a person. I haven't seen a person in years. Hello. A fellow bard, too. Shall I sing them the song of my people? Bards are a cool job. Cool job. Bum, 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 bum. Fellow board? No, 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 no. Fellow bard. We can do things like this. You know? Our Elysian resident said you're going to be underwater for the rest of the expansion. And you said that's 9 MSQ left. I can't be underwater for that long or something like that. I'm aware of what I said. Is there another dungeon down here? Anyone know? To the west, canst thou discern the hump of an island rising above the waters? That one. The foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close enough to plunge beneath the surface, and thou shalt soon divine the reason of mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder, while thou mayst glide like a fish. I shall board a boat to the island, and spare one and all spectacle of mine inept strokes. Do all of you know how to swim? Be honest with me. Don't lie. Don't try to save face. I won't laugh at you. Because, like, one of the really weird things that I've learned is that you don't know how to swim? Okay. You do not. Okay. So I was going to say, one of the really interesting things is, like, in America, pretty much everyone knows how to swim. Like, not everybody, but a lot of people know how to swim. And I found it really weird because my parents don't know how to swim. Despite the fact that they come from an island, and, you know, if it rains a little too much on their island, the whole island goes underwater. So I'm like, you know, maybe you should teach each other to swim. But, you know, it's one of those things that's like, you know, the real life would be a bad book, you know? Like, you'd think, like, the island culture would be like, we should probably teach our children how to swim in case a typhoon knocks us all out again, like it does every, like, 3 years. But no, they don't think like that, so... Haish Tola. If you solved Urianje's little mystery, you can find him further up on the slope. 'Twas rather obvious to my eyes, though I can see I have an unfair advantage. Oh, it's Aether related. Our parents just throw us back in the water and says, swim back here. That's how you learn. Ah, they teach you like puppies. That's how puppies learn how to swim, right? They toss you into the water and sink or swim. You know, you do what you got to do. What? I can't jump off here? Are you kidding? What are we doing? Oh my goodness. What is this freedom of movement that they've got me here? Inspect the rock formation. Oh, it's like a turtle. Hello. Wake up, Mr. Turtle. Two slabs, curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Would you guys like to join the hunt? Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the water surface gently shining, or was it just your imagination? No more hunts. But this one's official. Look, they have like people They have like an actual support team. You know, you won't die 50 times and have to wait for your revives. You know, this is like this is how it works. I don't have flight in any Shadowbringer zone yet. They are farming tomestones. Better than Q for dungeon. I see. I mean, they're moving pretty quick. They've done 3 since I noticed. Thancred, what you got to say about this? The locals call this the Island of Ken. The Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to the knowledge. Either that or someone who's awfully zealous about marking his territory. Well, what hast thou discerned? It reminds me of a certain primal. It's just like the big one. Who's the big one? I've discerned that it's an ordinary island. I don't think that's right, Murney. We saw the islet. Come on. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we even now are perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is... Oh, it's Bismarck. Okay. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Sauce. I would enlist its aid to bear us into the deep, thus hence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike informed to the domes which do not shelter the hamlets neath the ruby sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence while I make my supplication. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, ARR music? I love ARR music.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail. Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alinal.
Are we like... Do we have anything to offer the guy? Like, I feel like, you know, we just woke him up and we're like, hey, we need you to drive us somewhere, you know? Like, are we going to pay him his gas money back? Or, like, what are we doing here?
Van Urs Atslir. Olfothim. Iri Guath.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We don't speak Fey. We need Feo-Ul. I know what to do. Call out to Feo-Ul.
My snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can.
She's gonna snap on him. She's about to hurl Feyan insults that no one's heard for 700 years.
Van dromi drom yakum. Van red rithye.
Ahai Una. Sahawin Wisk. Isne Rim. Sur Yerlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand.
You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
All right, underwater we go. I hope this place doesn't end up like Ozzy's Law, where it's like this really cool looking place that you just never really come back to, and you're in and out in like a few MSQ. Because it sounds like there's only 7 or so MSQ in here, and it's gonna share the same fate as Ozzy's Law. You think people saw this and were like, what the? Flying whale? Now I'm really seeing everything. Okay, they did see it. Awesome.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows?
Holy shrimp paste is
Seeing
what he's gonna say.
types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up.
Ah, I should
I
cut him
could
off.
live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Captain, look!
What the? Do you see that?
How was the fight with Vautry? It went really well until it didn't. So I was making fun of him because I'm like, this is one of the most boring fights despite how cool he looks. And then he cleaned my clock with that like spinning thing. So I survived 90% of it before dying. And it was to an attack that I had seen already. But he got me. He got me pretty good.
Whoa there! It's not stopping! Run! Run!
Vanana Anna Tilden Sitok Iri Halmsi Funne Aktva Thonyasni Tagnai.
We just got 2 side characters killed. No, they're fine. They just got washed ashore a little bit. They seem like they could swim, you know? Get up, team. Underwater exploration team. It's amazing to me how much better this game looks in Shadowbringers to like ARR. Character design, the area ambience, the ground textures. It's so much better. Everything about it is just so much better. Even the shaders, you know? I don't even know how they...
Bismarck.
What's Ardbert?
See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The Tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Oh wait, now my glam really works. Now I look like a fish. This is all in service of this one moment where I can glide around like a fish. Except we're not swimming, so it doesn't actually work. I am full glad that... What the heck is the Tonka truck doing here? I am full glad that Bismarck was true to his word. We have arrived in Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk, I believe, the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee onto the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not so soon to risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serves as the key to the Crystal Tower and its power of temporal transportation. Thus, I am all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We might have much to find them. In the event that you speak, you may speak with Inwell at the Vermont Yards to return to the Tempest. Now, as far as we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Selk would be sitting around in the open. I suppose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still very wet and like to be slippery. Cleonids. Nope, I've angered the Cleonid. Aether currents. Love those. What are y'all lounging around for? We got work to do. Come on. This outcrop seemeth natural enough. Come on, Ariandra. Are you kidding me? This is where you think the layer of Emmett Selk is? No, the floor shakes up. What about the large formation over there? Oh wow, that looks ominously fortress-like. This is the Blue Mage leveling spot. What makes this so particular to the Blue Mage? Amphisbania. It's a cool name. Ondo. Hello, friend. Have you seen a surface dweller before? Not one for talking, huh? Bam bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam bam. So we must consider the alternatives. That's not good. You can't do that the entire thing. Stop. But one thing we'll never consider is leaving this place. It's our sole refuge from the killing light in the depths. You don't like the bubble sounds? How do you think they talk, huh? That's a little too racist? Maybe, but until they speak, it's also my headcanon, so I think you're really trouncing my headcanon here. I personally love it. I don't know. I don't think I could pull that one off. Dude, there's air now? Yeah, but you don't think they're freaked out that there's no water anymore? They're like... Why would they talk like that? Because they've been living underwater this whole time. They talk through gills, you know? Open, close, open, close. You know, now there's no water. It doesn't change. You still keep your accent, right? You probably learned Spanish first, Rat. But do you speak with your Spanish accent now that you don't speak Spanish to me? You know, think for a second. Fine, I'll come up with a different one. Ah, finless ones, they followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Portuguese, Rat. Portuguese. You know what I meant. It's the same language. Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home, I had wondered. Pray forgive any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware of your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air so that we may conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Ew, why do they have so few polys in their face? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I'm not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? Bad move. It would not seem. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. Again, Alfino, like, he posits himself as the leader of the group, but every time he, like, tries to take head, it just goes downhill so fast. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we can call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chief spoke of. Could it be Emmett Selk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Murney, do you remember the first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo. The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we can build a similar relationship here. Let me tap that down a little bit. What kind of approach do you have in mind? The chieftain didn't leave us with many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain that all too dramatic arrival hath thrown the settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we has caused, and assure our host thereby, our purpose is not inimical, new word to them, they may prove yet amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I bet nothing better to offer, but I've worried that it would happen if the Ondo tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Asians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, and thus I cannot cast my vote. I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We will make allies of the Ondo. Then it's settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Bam bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam bam. I'll come to a conclusion on how I feel about this layout eventually. We'll see. Bam, bam, bam. Murney, you wouldn't believe who I just jumped into. This is Pausas Owan, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited, and you did not come. Then the Mistel came, but his visits did not continue. I'm truly sorry, Paus Owan. Things did not go proceed as planned. Is there anything odd we can do by way of an apology? Where the dry return, a cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are swift swimmers. But there's no water. We run, and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many, too many. I believe I can be of assistance. And what of you, Murney? If you've not found the task, you're most welcome to join me. Indeed, I shall appreciate the company. Where the Dry Return has a rather ominous ring to it. Bum, 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 bum. Amphisbania. Where my fellow Blue Mage training area is at, huh? I know Endwalker ruined it, but... Blue Swimmers. Your time has come, Blue Swimmer. Where's the other Blue Swimmers? I'm making pizza? What kind of pizza? You've opened yourself to the classic question, and this, of course, is going to be heavily reviewed by the council. So don't make a mistake, okay? Just like, but I've always believed that, just like, you know, religion and politics at the dinner table, if you're gonna talk about pizza, don't even mention pineapple. You know, it's not worth it. Just say, oh yeah, I like pepperoni. You know, I like you know, I like some olives on my pizza, right? Like you know, sometimes I'll put ham and maybe some other, like a sweet fruit on there. Just, you know, don't mention it. So many ways to work around it. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. What's that supposed to mean? I see you've reached your quota of first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we've reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks, both of you. You must have your reward. What's wrong with that? See, here's the thing. I'm not saying that because I can't say that word and I'll make a fool of myself. I'm so bad with, like, pastas and cheeses. I cannot do, like, name-wise. I will just make a fool of myself. So I'm not going to. Nay, paus oan. This has got to be a part of my apology, do you remember? Nay, besides, the lacking of water is our doing, which we also must make amends. I may convince you to tell you something about your village instead. I would very much like to learn about you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Coward? Fine. Capriciosa. Capriciosa. Oh, wait, we have the official review. Caprichusa. Caprichusa? Is that closer? Caprichusa? I need enunciation. I need, like, you need to capitalize one of those. Like, is it Caprichusa? Almost there? Strange buildings they were then, had had they stood under the water, yet somehow they'd been spared under the time of current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the Tempest's turbulent waters and predators which hunt them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and far from it did they discern the truth. That ancients had chosen to serve us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients designed, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I can't help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. It would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for your lesson, Pausa-Owan, and we will continue to do all we can to help your people. Should you desire to help us with trouble, please pray do not hesitate to ask. Capricciosa. That better? I'm eating some capricciosa. With a little bit of rigatoni. We should return to the task at hand, only don't try to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. What the heck? Why are there so many people here? Tempest, Trumoy, Liquid Moreno, and I couldn't read the name in time. My fat head was in the way. A lot of spaghetti! Speaking of noodles. Sub? Oh wow, yeah, I just noticed, huh? What could that mean? Aren't we all subscribed to Final Fantasy XIV? What could that mean? Weird. I don't know why you want to announce that you pay $15 a month to Square Enix to play their MMO. Weird. Why would other people need to know that? Y'shtola appears deep in thought. Ah, Myrni, have you learned aught of note? Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you had a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Did you see the CNC tag yet? No. I'll be honest, I actually don't really look at people's tags. It never really occurs to me. As a tagless person myself, I call people, I look them in the eyes and call them by their names, I respect them like that. Like I go, oh, how are you doing? Y'shtola. Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you use this knife to take scrappings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for your results. Oh, I love these. It's very clear that we are looking at fine architecture. The windows remind me... Distinctive window. I see. I told you. The Stahl Cylinder Tower features many elaborate windows, like which you've seen nowhere. I think it's from the weirdos from Aether. Is Aether a weirdo DC? How does it become the weirdo DC if I mean, I know why it's the weirdo DC. Taz, have you finished your role quests? No. No. Do I have to shotgun a few roll quests before we complete this? You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. I've done like the first 2, I think. There's probably 5 I have to take if I had to take a guess. And what have you discovered? The wall was a little too tough for your little knife you gave me. Ah, yes, I would agree that the aether is most distinctive, and 'twould seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. I don't think I'm that good at cutting things with a blade, honestly. You might want to have asked someone else. Maybe Thancred. Murney, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had investigated are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkin Empire, once the most powerful at Novrand, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkins, then who? Who were these ancient? Who were the ancients the Rondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies within the reason Emmett Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere where mere mortals have struggled to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmett Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or perhaps 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Are you saying this was built by ancient Ascians? That's what I was thinking. That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here we are in the first, and they might have remained untouched for millennia. Is there a particular reason Istrola has like her index finger covered in her glove? Is that a fashion statement the same way like I have like these V-shaped gloves? Or is that like a black mage sorcery white mage thing that like, you know, like lines of coke type thing? Like, is it part of her job description? I mean, I you know, I understand fashion, but like she doesn't seem like the most... no, that's wrong. I was going to say she's not the most fashion-forward person, but then you kind of look at her and she's kind of got it on, so maybe I'm wrong. A copy of the Merle in Katana Ravel. Elmit presented it to me during my visit to Fano after our victory in Caluzia. Here, in the first scene, by Emmett Selk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disasters which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities in the towers that you've just inspected? We are close to the truth. I feel it. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture enough to remove all doubt. From what I've seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. Well, I love these type of quests where you have to like find environmental things. A quest's destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure, then inspect it from the survey point. You know, location which okay. I'm awesome at these. I'm like number one landscape inspector. So we got some sort of mountain. I don't know what that could possibly be. Something in the foreground. And we got these buildings, these spires with a triple set, a single set, a burnt set, and a one set. But how am I to find it with this incessant fog? Everything is so foggy in here. I cheated this? Yeah, of course you did, because you don't have the spirit of a true MSQ completer like me. I will show you how it's done, but first I have to find something that vaguely looks even close to the thing. Because, man, I do not see it right now. It's tough with so much fog, I won't lie to you. Discover a new location. I won't lie, I haven't even seen another one of those windows that we're trying to look for distinctly. Looking kind of tough. We need to get away from this. Maybe it's... actually, have I looked up this wall yet? Wait, what is this? Could this be it? This kind of looks like that thing. This kind of looks like that thing in the center of the image. But I can't fly, which is going to make this really hard. If only I could fly, then this would be so much easier. I know it defeats the purpose, but... I feel like that's got to be the thing in the center, right? That's got to be this thing. Right? That's this thing. I just don't have the angle. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold. Now the fog will clear and the place is going to show up behind it. Aye, this is the moral writ large. Though I cannot guess its purpose. It must have been an imposing sight. I wonder how much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the grounds, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An ancient civilization, its existence forgotten by all but a handful of Asians. And yet, it did exist. They lived here in this city. And now they're all dead, just like Emmett Selk's gonna be soon. But let's focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chief spoke of mystery stirring of the land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon is related to the ancients' return. Thus, we can surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, well, in all likelihood, another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. You thought I would spend hours on that, huh? But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I do hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we've learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your conditions demand that we make all reasonable haste. If you're not too weary, it may be useful to speak to Pausa Unan again, and to ask if there's aught else he's willing to divulge. Don't mind if I do. I'll take the free transportation back. Imagine cheating an MSQ, rat. Did you really beat MSQ? Are you really in Dawntrail, or did you, are you still stuck here because you were... Where the heck am I? Oh, because you were unwilling to engage with the game itself. Oh my gosh, real quick. Ah, Alfino's friend, you and your companions have done much to repair the damage that was caused by the waters parting. Anything else you can do? We've been to the walls of the Forgotten. I think I've just come back from them. The remnants to the northwest, yes, you visited them unbidden. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? May it be so. Listen then, I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, and we may answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred land. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is without question. It is concerning, however, we have not heard anything of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return to our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenolt. You'll find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Grenolt name drop? The peculiar guy that we're supposed to be looking for? Wild. Wild how the story comes together. It's almost like it was written. You couldn't write this stuff. What was the first thing you had to look up, Brad? You say I was stuck in post-ARR. Did you have to look up... Remember when we were in the Saltery and I had to look up the weakness of that big creature? Did you cheat to find that one? Because that means you're still stuck there. You know, games will like lock your achievements sometimes if you use cheats. Is that your new white outfit that you've been working with that you've been collabing with Shroomer to do? Ah, that is just great. Just great, that is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit ye at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might you be a ghost? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman can't craft what's more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and a hammer. It's an insult to the bloody sea slugs. Yeah? You wouldn't be expecting to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not that you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Have we met before? We might have crossed paths back at the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold. This is meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over for work, far from distractions of the outside world. Do you remember him? Can I be honest with you? I do not. And yet here we stand. So what's so damned important that he dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding Tempest to bother me? Ah, Ondo's lamp. God's cursed me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. He's got a nice place, though, under the water. Look at this place. I'm worth less than a sea slug, nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivering dates long past, maybe workbenches untouched. I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have ye? Bringing light to them ruins and be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. It was me privilege to as a craftsman to be able to provide a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. I can't bloody well. Ah, me mind's bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away me last drop of inspiration. You tell me you've got something to show, summit, as'll give me a muse to good kick up the arse? Yonder want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering light's got to be ablaze with the right kind of brightness, like the spark of all life. Spark of life caught in a crystal. It's been so sparkly not enough. I got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship. You know what I mean? I'm really tripping this accent all the time. He's seeking a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that only crystallizes. Oh no, is this another psych up mini game? I'm so bad at these. The kind that only crystallizes the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete the role quest. No! Role questing. I walked all the way out here for nothing. You knew this was gonna happen. You knew this was gonna happen. You didn't say anything. I mean, you kind of did, but you should have, you know, should have spoke up faster. Where is it? It's over here. Okay, with that, I don't think we're going to be beating the base Shadowbringers today. If this is going to take like 30-40 minutes to finish. Lubric appears to be struck by an epiphany. What happens if I speedrun the role quests? Murney, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone has seen Andrea, but alas. Only the Crystarium? Well, of course, this is surely the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that. But recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold the clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you had first described it to me, I felt as though I've heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a little boy. 'Twas a tale of courageous hunter who, together with their comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. So they came upon their quarry in a desert. They attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter had a fatal weakness. And so, in the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree this is a perfect match of this tale? So there could be no doubt Renda Ray is a celebrated hunter, the hero I admired in my childhood. And after that day, the hunter, I resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should therefore ask Miss Olvera to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered in the service, you know. And in light of all this, I share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I hear from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that changed forever. Each of the fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in her life and death, and I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the more chance we have predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go off and see my former wet nurse, Miss Olvera, lives in Gate Town on Calusia. Be off then. Let's roll out, bards. Autobots, roll out. Breathe? We got a time. We're on a time crunch, Volcra. I can't breathe. Oh wait, no, this is fast. It's too late. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Taz, you want to do a treasure map? I've done treasure maps before. Sorry, there was a spammer bot that I had to ban. You didn't see his message because Nightbot did his job. Let's go. Murney, this is Miss Olvera, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded with my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit. Right, my little Reek? Not in front of her, if you please, but to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There are stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legends so many aspired to become. Even less so after the flood, it was still fresh in everyone's mind when I was younger, and all the good they had done in their life. None could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as sin-eaters. But despite all that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all of her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations, as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted her to hear tales of adventure to heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish that I hadn't had to change all the names. Then it's true, the hero I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me up the bow. But as you had to pester for your training that I may become a bounty hunter, it was her. Miss Olvara, Murney and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search, namely the one about the great horned beast that killed their friends. Would you tell me it again? Wicked White, is that... Oh, my little Reek. Well, very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by most minute sounds from their passing, from many elms away, even by some accounts. Even the most stealthy and subtle creatures never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, snapped branch. Eventually, Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older, she honed her skills further, and she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades, earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too their egos, and only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Novrant, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Queets. But Renda Ray did not realize that their greatest strength would prove her undoing, for when she faced Balam Queets, the beast roared with such a force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew not of her fallen comrades or how their deaths weighed heavily upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performed many deeds, and growing ever stronger, as did Renda Ray. While in Calusia, she even devised the means to defend against the powerful war that she had been her downfall to that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Renda's ears. Balam Queets, Scourge of Novrant, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the Sitia swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But it was perhaps all as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. So as Renda Ray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Queets, alone. In all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle betwixt her and the dread beast. From that day she was Renda Ray, warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that a woman I admired when I was young would become the sin-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was, even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, though in truth, she was and will always be a hero to me, and I hope to you. Thanks, Miss Olvara, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. So, Murney, remember the theory I told you about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Queets, the one that took her from Amarang to Calusia, then her next destination must be... What were the options? Amarang to Calusia? Where are those on the map? They have wildly overslept. You can come in, come out anytime you want, Shroomer. We're going to Raktika Greatwood. No, Ilmeg! What? No, we went to the Raktika Greatwood. The city of swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away! Now listen, Reek, there's an awful lot of people who don't know about Renda Ray or the world for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, do not remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself and be safe. Well, he just did that. I told him the wrong answer and he corrected me. I literally was testing him. I was testing him. Murney, was it such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's? His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities he could. But when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is a miracle the boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well. Anyway, Schumer, we're doing our role quests because somebody forgot to do them, and I am currently, as you can see from the little thing on the right, I'm currently locked out from doing MSQ until I complete them. How's Shadowbringers going? Pretty good. How you doing, Attack Cat? We're almost done actually with the base Shadowbringers, as you can see. If I wasn't a Chungus who forgot to do their role quests, I could actually finish it today. But instead, I have to help Reek fight a fellow bard in action, a fellow archer. So here we go. Also, bro forgot the role quest. I always forget the role quest. Remember, I want you to remember, I did the entirety of the Omega Raid series without like my last 2 potency upgrades from my bard quests. I was fighting. You ever heard of minimum item level? I was fighting under minimum item level, essentially speaking. I was fighting with my hands tied behind my back, and I still only died 4 times. Four stages. I rewatched some of them. I think I died to Larboard Cannon like 5 times during that fight. But I only count the deaths of each individual one, so it all counts as 1 death. To Raktika we go. And mind you, when we were doing it, I was actually doing minimum item level too, because remember we couldn't even enter one of the we couldn't even enter Omega at first because I was under geared, so I had to go buy some other things to get like 4 above the level. So I was like super minimum item level. But as if that could ever stop me, of course. What is the difference? Like, if I do, how much harder is minimum item level to level sync? All right, Lou Reek, what you got for me? Solo duty. When I was little, Miss Olivera seemed so much bigger and stronger than me, though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence that I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons ready, my friend. Whoa, it's her, fellow bard. We must... Ha! About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. What? No, you gotta be kidding me. What, I need to learn her backstory before I kill her, right? That's important. Yo, what in the Ishgardian fit is this? She's stuck in Heavensward. Look at this outfit. I wish you were here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. Ew, wait, she's a Makote without the face lines. That's the worst type of Makote. Ew. Fake cat. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Oh my goodness, I have to play as her. Wait, I know these abilities. Wait, crazy. I love these abilities. Oh, Dulling Arrow. Do you think I'm going to need to use Dulling Arrow to... One of my 5 abilities, Dulling Arrow, to stop him from wiping the map? For once, I know what I'm doing. Just try an interruptible ability. Come on. I know you want to. Fool. Cool raid wide, cool raid wide. Works really well when I don't have a healer. You'll pay for taking them from me. Anyway, legends say I'm making coffee and getting ready to log in. What you planning on doing? You got a nice workflow to do today? You know, you're gonna hit up the Doman reconstruction services. You're gonna go to the do some roulettes. Oh, I was reading chat and I've been punished. Without your roar, you're nothing. Wait, it was the technique that she learned how to beat the roar, she figured how to use Dulling Arrow? That's kind of crazy. She's learning things that I learned as a bard when I was like 5 years old. Balum Blasted. The agenda includes ocean fishing, farming Ouroboner. I'm assuming this is Ouroboros. Hold on. Let me deal with the alienating current real quick. Mortal Blast, another raid wide. Cool. What the? Where is this coming from? Okay, I don't know if I can do anything out of this thing. Ugh! Ardbert. Made in the nick of time, I see. Is anyone going to help the poor girl out, or are they just going to... There we go. I was going to say, none of you can really help here. We need healing power. Foolish Balam quits. You forgot my superpower, having friends. This is gonna hurt. Oh. Could you imagine if all Final Fantasy XIV combat was like 6 abilities long? I mean, naturally, I have an advantage here. I know how to space out as a bard. So this is, you know, I could do this in my sleep. Gather round Nailbert, lend him your strength. I know what a stack marker is, game. Come on. If we only had like 6 abilities, it would be a gotcha game. I mean, you make it sound like there's not a huge genre of games, like extremely competitive games where you typically only have 4 abilities. You ever play a MOBA before? Well struck. Keep it up. I've never played a MOBA, and if I do, please check. Ooh, what's happening? Please check on me. Something is seriously wrong with me. You don't like MOBAs? I was definitely a MOBA kid. You know, I won't lie to you. I've gone through a lot of MOBA phases. I won't even hold you. I kind of like MOBAs. I saw by your League video. Exactly, right? The League video. I've always liked MOBAs. I don't play a ton of competitive games just because I'm not like, I don't like the feeling of, you know, being toxic and getting mad at my teammates because, you know, MOBAs are like the premier game to get mad at your teammates because they're so team heavy. Right? It's not like, you know, shooter games I think are one thing. But like in a shooter game, you could theoretically slay everyone, right? You could kill everyone on the opposing team. But in like a MOBA, that's just impossible. So like you are undoubtedly going to lose because of bad teammates in a MOBA. It's a very frustrating experience, but I kind of like it. I never liked MOBAs until Deadlock. What do you like about Deadlock? Is it like the characters themselves, or is it like you just like FPS is a little more than like clicking, you know, isometric camera, RTS style, you know? Because, you know, if you know anything about Deadlock, it's like headed by the guy who made Dota. And the thing I like about Deadlock is I can see a lot of the Dota design philosophies in Deadlock, even though I've never played it. Like, I literally look at, like, how they handle the game stuff, and I'm like, this is a Dota game. It's very obvious. Ha! Tough old buggers. Everyone all right? Look at all of them before they looked cool. Look at Ardbert in his Heavensward attire. Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for trying to do it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we were tracked and claimed a notorious bounty of marks. We were the best in the business. They called us legends, and somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too, and then we set our sights on Balam Quits. I survived, they didn't. I swore vengeance, and I don't know how I would go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot. Maybe I thought that with your help, I might have just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all secret. It's just that you never asked, since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know. Next town, next job. Weeks flew by, and before time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we your comrades or not, through thick and thin? These bonds of friendship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, these may as well not exist. You say the loss of thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives many more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, you never know what bollocks Brandon and Nilebert are whispering about me behind my back. And what ignorance is bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, eh? And fame besides, I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back to town. Oh, God, it's not another night to remember. Don't worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in your victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balam Queet's demise until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think we quit this place. And Renda Ray, I trust that next time you decide to hunt deadly game, let us do the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I was thinking of keeping you, doing a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine, but if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now, mind cutting off what was you needed to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Thank you for the follow. Oh, God. I will try my hardest. Kanao Takashi. No. Kanao Takashi. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it looked. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as memento for this occasion? And don't worry, we'll get back to the League conversation in a second. Wake up, damn you! Hello. What's wrong with you? The second time your self-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. It's past time. I told you to piss off. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever said something like that, but sure. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will give in your final payment and you'll be free to go our separate ways. I didn't realize the warrior leg could snap like that, I'm not gonna lie. I put so much cheese. Don't put too much cheese on your pizza. I would hot take pizza, but we have to finish the League conversation. I saw that by your League video, best player. You're not going to tell me that I wasn't slaying out in the League video way back when. Where am I headed to? Kalusha. I'm an FPS girly. MOBAs don't compute in my brain. Cries in my first game was League. That's a rough one. Wait, your first game? You never played, like... You weren't into, like, anything else before then? Like, you weren't like, oh, I'm gonna play some Minecraft or something. No, you jumped right into the deep end. Play League of Legends with me, someone told you. I've fallen for it before. I mean, minus mobile games. That's fair too. Well, yeah, we're not gonna count like weirdo, like one-off things. I had like a little toy, like handheld when I was a little baby. All right, Olvara, save this failing relationship. Honestly, I don't know why I even ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Considering this was a formal, consider this a formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever speak the names Reek and Murney in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I would dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope that you find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over and come and see me. Oh, take this for your troubles. Alright, I think this is the last one. I can't imagine there's an 80, but who knows. I'm sure a talented woman like yourself is all that's needed all over the realm. So, I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two have parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. What? Oh, there's like a time skip. Oops. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think he may have been the only friend he has had in some time. I considered journeying to Castarian myself to look in on him, but I found it rather difficult to travel these days. I would rather you go in my stead and put my heart at ease. Well, last time we talked to him, we told him to piss off, which is like a new low for the Warrior Light. We'll see how we can repair it. A little bribes, a little, you know, go a long way. Those role quests were cool. Do you think they did they just put all the role quests together because they didn't want to write like 10 different role quests for all the classes they were making? Whoa! Look who it is. Another cat. Wait a second. Oh no, you do have the marks. Okay. I was gonna say I've really started to believe that any Makote player that doesn't have the marks on their face is just a healer sham, right? Like you may as well just be a healer at that point. Don't be afraid of who you are, you know? South. Ba-da-boom. It's so nice to hear what these NPCs actually said, because I skipped the one for physical DPS. You skipped story? Volcra. And here I was believing you were a lore enjoyer too. Lurik's customary seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he's occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. How does he eat off this table? My man is so small. He cannot possibly reach up there and grab those, like, what are these, like pizzerias? Are these like mini pizzas? Life is hard when you're that small, I'm telling you. Whoa, our peer. This person walking. I haven't seen someone walking in so long. Looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending like the little shite anymore. I saw him, he was moping about like someone has shot his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up anyway. You help. Calusia, right? You're Lurik's partner. I was with Landbird, remember? I was out of stress, because after we left, we head straight to Raktika. We had a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbird wanted to strike down while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbird fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked White, I can still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Landbird rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened to him to warn off the others from the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not a single one of them is returned. Didn't expect Lurik to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave to Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume. Good luck, friend, but have no doubt that you're going to your doom. Well, I know where he is now. Let's go. Don't hold me. We got places to go. Darl Fort. Lurik, the Mr. Lordling. If he ain't sad as usual, Taz, we'll have no idea where to look. Come along now. I'm planning on doing a Here for alt. What kind of alt? Join the Here Nation today. Did I unbound my walk button? Okay, there it is. It looks kind of silly with the sprint walk, though. A little too quick. Taz, what was your first game ever? I don't know if I could answer that. I don't know if I even know what my first game ever is. I have, okay, you want a piece of lore? When I was a wee young lad, when I was in kindergarten, my first ever journal entry that I put in my kindergarten journal that we had to like write mandatory in my kindergarten class was a picture of me watching my brother. So this is not me playing, but watching my brother play the Lord of the Rings. What's it called? Battle for Middle-earth, the RTS game. I still have the image. I don't think I could find it quickly, but I still have it. It's like a little selector circle around one of the characters. That's like probably the oldest confirmed memory that I have. Like the oldest written in stone memory of a video game that I have. This way. Pure female Midlander ninja, I think is going to be my vibe. Do you have the outfit laid out already? Wait, this is just going to be like the real story. We're going to show up in the nick of time. He's going to be on the ground. He's going to be like, I knew I should have called upon Murney. But right before he dies, I'm going to come in with the clutch interruptibility. Where is it on my bar? Head graze. My first game was PS1 Parasite Eve. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. I've heard of Spider-Man 2. I think my oldest memory. Oh, a fellow bard player, a fellow ranged DPS player. Look at them. They're a little scary looking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to make fun of people, but it's a terrifying look. You alright, Lou Reek? Murney, why are you here? You don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible, it's horrible. Andrea, she's... Oh, well, here we go again. One more piece of backstory before we finally put her to rest. Oh, wait, this is literally just 10 seconds ago. Renda Ray, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. She looks so much better out of her, like, default NPC armor. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you have faced as you yourself faced the Balam Queets a century ago on this very ground. Uh-oh. Lambert! Oh, gods! Oh no, he got jumped. He thought he was going to a 1v1 and he's getting jumped. Dang, not even gonna kill him. Tough. How disrespected you gotta be for, like, them to pull up like that and then just leave when, like, you shrink. Don't tell me you beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Yeah, I saw you cower like a little baby boy. To be honest with you, it didn't look that good. I thought as much. It wasn't just a moment ago I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours. I can't understand why you kept using it every time we used Ren to Andrea. I can't control what happens. So it wasn't something you did deliberately. Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what you saw. She's turned Landbird and the others hunters into sin-eaters like herself. Hugh Maxman, a Galgant swordsman, a dwarven healer, and an elven mage. It looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, why would she came to this place in the first place? She's reliving the hunt for Balam Queets. But Renda Ray slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. No, she embellished the stories. What? They were there too? The stories were wrong? The archives. Incomplete? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find in your heart to forgive me all the things I said, Myrnie. I've regretted my behavior ever since the days we parted. It was stupid and nonsensical and unpolite. I'm not sure I could ever tell you why I did that. It's fine. We have to find the fake bard and bring an end to their existence. Thank you, friend. I hope it is all right if I call you that. Right then, Andrea should be around here somewhere, still on the hunt for Balam Queets, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lindbergh and the others are with her too, and he and I may have our differences, but not of fate I wish on my worst enemies. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do, Renda Ray most of all. She was and is my hero. If I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much even for the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way I see it through it is together, you and me, my friend. What do you say? Ha! All I ask for a word, and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, let's return to Gate Town and let Miss Olvera know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. Lahi indeed. Lahi indeed. Where am I going? Oh. Okay, how about instead of first game you ever played, what is the most formative game you ever played? I think you guys know my answer because I say it all the time. It's RuneScape, but what game do you think like was the most important to you becoming the person you were, right? Like, if you're toxic today, what do you think really burgeoned that love for making fun of the people you're playing with? I feel like that's a little more important than, like, whichever game you turned on the first time. Minecraft? Minecraft's a good one. Minecraft's a good one. Minecraft? Oh, sounds like we need to, what the heck is that? What am I looking? Is this a hunt? What is this I'm looking at? Someone's like staring above this guy. Forgiven pedantry. Sorry, but I'm a little busy right now. I'd love to help you, but Minecraft. 7 Days to Die. That's a weird. That's a not a weird one. I don't want to be rude, but definitely not the one I would have expected, I guess. I played 7 Days to Die. I thought it was alright. I didn't love it in the grand scheme of like survival games, but I just felt like there were better survival games than 7 Days to Die for me. Plus, like, let's be real here, 7 Days to Die is extraordinarily unpolished, so. Wait, what? Wait, whoa. Wait, what is this? You also have 7 Days to Die experience? More so Minecraft tutorials by a guy who also played 7 Days to Die? That's crazy. Survival Minecraft. Oh, we're all Minecraft people. We're all Minecraft kids. Maybe we should all hang out in Minecraft someday. Myrnie, what a pleasure it is to see you again, in the company of Lil Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming that you've patched things up? I'd like to think so, yes, and all thanks to you. Had you not implored her to give me another chance, I may as well be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriads of failings. And you, my friend, I do not know why you sought her out on your own, but I'm glad that you did. Miss Olvera is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Myrnie, as I can tell you're about to, know that you're prepared for. I prepared a hearty meal for her. I'm struggling. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated when we've claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Reek and Myrnie are unstoppable is what I'd like to say, but I know my own personal limitations better than anyone. It's would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You should, too, see that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one, but one worth the effort. Taz, you should play Dragon Age Origins. The game is awesome. I still have to play Baldur's Gate 3, so I think that's gonna come a little. That's gonna come first, I think. Just being honest with you. It's funny. So you know the Steam, like the Steam sale for spring. It literally showed up for a week, right? And then like it just disappeared. I was gonna buy Baldur's Gate, but by the time I looked at it, it was already gone. Remove. Are you looking for this forgotten pedantry thing? Oh, I forgot to grab the new one. It's over here by the. It's over here by the Gate Town entrance, where I am. Murdy, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready. Good, good. That is very good indeed. Before we depart to face Andrea for what it is, I must praise the final time. I must have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat leading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, I rather pales in comparison to yours. Uh-huh. That's most people, including my friends. I gather you were not aware of this. Truly, you are as perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit the majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle have come entirely for my benefit. The disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers where we might only have to contend with one foe, so now we must contend with 5. For all my preparation, I'm still more likely an asset than a hindrance. But perhaps we don't need the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvera while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you render Ray's strength and weakness, or prenaturnal hearing. Preternatural. We can reasonably we can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I make firm guile, and while it not guarantees victory, it will bring us one step closer. A thousand pardons, Master Reek, but I'm come to deliver lessons from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as about here, brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you'll be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and mother the following, that I am Lou Reek, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, and that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that they have no son, and I have no parents, that they have no family save Miss Olvera, who has shown me more love than they have ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I will deliver your reply at once. Right, now that's settled, we can work to crafting the giant noisemaker of ours. Let's consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. And there you lit a fire in him, Murney. I never thought I'd see the day when he mustered the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Summer sale's gonna be soon, thankfully. When is soon? I need it now. I need my rogue D&D game. That person is just waiting. Oh, here's some other people. Is that you? Oh, look at all the people here. Wow, that's cool. Look at all these people. Look at all of them waiting to do their hunts together. There's Remove here to join the rest of the party. I do enjoy a good hunt. Well, you take your time. Alright, Loith, make a big noisemaker for us. What's all this? You got something that needs making? I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate tremendously loud sounds. It must be small and light to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, I could wager you could do a special blend of fire sand. I got your recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and I'll go to fetch. And you'll need to go fetch them for me. What does it require precisely? Well, there's one particular beastie native to Calusia that's got a singular diet that leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if you please. A variety of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you'd like. To wait, I need to travel to the far corners of Novrant and back. Oh dear, this is far more involved than I thought. No more excuses. I must do whatever it takes to be done. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist to remain here while I go fetch the required materials. This is not going to go well. Alright, buddy. Good luck. Bum, 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 bum. When I'm in an incompetence competition, my opponent is Lou Reek. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the necessary materials for the construction of my secret weapon. The gentleman was rather accommodating, being somewhat put out that I had not any guilt to pay for his labor. He was nonetheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said I found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now, the noisemaker arrows are ready. I cannot wait to put them through the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend. In doing so, write the opening of ours that Reek and Murney, bounty hunters extraordinary, come. Raktika and glory await. Level 80. Alright, so this should be the last one. And then, we can return to MSQ. Bum, 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 bum. Look at all the people here. Beautiful today. I don't know why there's so many people in this spot of all places, but I like seeing my game lively, you know? I'm sick and tired of doing all my MSQs, nobody's around. Head to the Tempest, nobody's around. Crystarium wander about, there's like 2 people. The whole province. Since we're probably not going to finish Shadowbringers today, what we could do is next week on Saturday we could finish Shadowbringers, and then on Sunday we could do the Stormblood Alliance raids. I haven't heard any reviews of those ones, but you know, we could always muster up the troops for a little Alliance raiding. I like me some Alliance raids, of course. Let me grab this real quick. Okay. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of the gods, try not to succumb to any visions of the people's past. This cannot be a worse time. You still with me here now? Alright, what boss music are they going to throw on? You think it's going to be the Stormblood one? You think it's going to be the Shadowbringers one? Or perhaps the ARR one? We can sense the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Rendaray the peace a hero deserves. What song is this? Have I heard this one yet? I'll distract Andrea with the noisemaker. Seize the opening and strike. Here goes nothing. We'll just kill these guys. Oh, let's kill the healer first. Let's do the sensible thing that you do in PvP games and kill the one that can keep them all alive. Chill out, buddy. You're running into me. Hope you're all right, buddy. I hope he doesn't. The fail condition isn't that he keels over, because not doing a good job of keeping him up. You know, I'll help him kill this guy. You alright, buddy? Okay, another one down. Oh, I'm not using Apex Arrow. I haven't done a level 80 duty. I'm not used to my new mechanics. Too many buttons. Oh, he's got the same abilities as me. I thought this guy's a low-level bard. Alright, just the tank and the main one. I'll draw Franjaya. You handle the knight. Gotcha, boss. I'm the #1 goon this side of the Mississippi, not you, buddy. Why does Jewelry Offending automatically go on Samurai? What are you talking about? Ah, I'm gonna... Did you see how long, because of that animation, you see how long it took for me to get hit by that? That's wild. That to be the longest snapshot I've ever seen. That bloody knight is in the way. Dispatch him first. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Lurik, I need you to do the mechanics, please. Thank you. Heads up, arrows incoming. Let's do this. Let's back up. Heads up, arrows incoming. I respect him for telling me how everything, all the mechanics coming in. No more tricks up your sleeve, Andrea? You're just gonna give up and die? She's kind of slapping me around a little bit. I just picked up Samurai yesterday, but I don't think I'll be playing it until I have the full tome set. The nonsense. You don't need to do max DPS. Just be suboptimal like the rest of us, and, you know, it won't matter. Rest in peace, Renda Ray. We won! Even seeing it and saying it hardly feels real. Huh? What's that you got there? Wicked White, you're... Oh my goodness, it's my hero, Renda Ray. Fellow bard extraordinaire. And fellow warrior of light at that, you know, at that pace. You're Renda Ray, the real Renda Ray. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam Queets, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face them together no matter how hard it got or how terrified I was. That's what it meant to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To fear welcome the fear and pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone and to see it out to the end. And what else could we do if not but offer a tiny reminder in that final futile effort, knowing deep down it was worth but a few more moments. What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask! So we're just gonna keep, like, Renda Ray in, like, our little crystal pocket thing? Bis, I feel silly for not knowing what that means. Let me show you a little MMO knowledge. Best in slot. It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Myrnie. I could never have made this far without you. I have no idea who Renda Ray or any of the warriors of light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who knows some eaters who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them all out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deep. It made all easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. Pray I've made up for it in part by helping lay Renda Ray's soul to rest. Miss Olvar is probably worried sick about the both of us. We should return to Lucia and let her know we're all right. Tazilu is a knower. I got elite ball knowledge, I'm telling you. I might show myself. Oh my goodness, another hunt. I think. No, it's just... No, these are just... I think I just found the Warriors of Light. Do you guys see this? 5 guys just completing fates together? I think I'm gonna walk away. I feel like I'm intruding on something. I just found someone like someone's true adventure group, and I'm not gonna intrude on their little romp. Okay, considering like we've run the whole stream like this, how we feel about this the new sewn together the sewn together layout? You think if I like actually put the chat into the thing to fit properly, and like I make a background that actually makes sense and not just the stretched out version of my thing, you think it will look good? Do you think it's better to have the chat off the screen so you don't have to like stare at it and see the mechanics behind it and have cutscenes ruined? Hey, you know what? I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty. I always will. But how much of that is the how much of that is the fact that I stretched like a 800 by like 600 image to stretch across the whole screen? Be honest. My little Reek, Murney, congratulations on a job well done, and from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished, to have the world call you a villain, even still, I can at least take comfort in knowing that you can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we must preserve the truth in song and story. Renda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her someday. For now, however, I must say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. The strat is to make your overlays and background in MS Paint Trust. I did that when I was in my streamer era. But, I mean, what's the difference between what I did? The difference is I took like an actually well composited image and just stretched it really far. Is that worse? Is that bad? Is that logically not the right thing to do? Like, look at how nice this picture is. You think I didn't composite this myself? Wait, I can do like a VTuber like setup thing. Look. Hold on. What's going on, guys? We just started stream. How we all doing today? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. My background. Help. My green screen OBS effect is showing my secrets. I don't have enough light back there. You can see the light. You can see the light stand. Oops. Let's go back to a more sensible thing to do. He looks like a Lalafell. Don't say that. I don't have pointy ears. Let me move this back. Chair stream? Yeah, I mean, isn't that what people do? Don't they always start their streams just like, you know, talking to chat face to face, you know, having that the true parasocial experience, you know? Like what happens if when we started stream, I did like my normal stuff where I sat down, maybe did a G pose real quick, you know, set up a nice little composite, you know, something like this. And then I just, you know, pulled off one of these and I'm like, struggling. I'm fumbling around. How we doing today? Thanks for subbing. 2x Venom. Thanks for the raid. Just feels kind of weird. I'll come together with a more official looking one, and we'll run it a few times. And if I don't like it, we'll go back to our old way. I don't know. I just kind of like seeing the whole screen, right? Like I open my map, you can see the whole map. You know, there's something nice to it. I don't know. Oh right, Mogtum event gives extras for doing fates in that area. Oh, is that why everyone's over here? Is that why everyone's in like Shadowbringers doing fates together? I've never seen that before. I don't disagree, but you got to do something else for the background. Okay, my thing is I don't want to make it cluttered. Like, here's my ideal, okay? Because in theory, I just don't know, like, if I make chat my bad. If I make chat extremely large, right? Okay, we're gonna do surgery again, so here we go. You know, don't laugh. But if I do something like this, like if I made chat really large and like goes to the top, and then I just kind of like don't put much down here because I don't want to like I don't want to have like all these big, you know, thanks for subbing on the bottom, or someone just hit triple prime +3. You know, I don't want to do that. Everyone laugh quick? Why? Why? No, don't spam laughs. I like this. You're 4 days late for April Fools to be doing this. What do you mean? This isn't even a joke. This is just... This is, they call this R&D in the department, you know? Like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me fit you into, like, the little thing here. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, now we're cooking with layouts, boys. See, it's proof of concept. It's just proof of concept stuff. You guys wouldn't understand. We could do a 5-day late April Fool's stream here. You want me to do a 5-day late April Fool's stream here? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. We can do everything wrong. There we go. How's that? Wide Myrna, exactly. Look at her. Flip the camera and put it on the left. You gotta widen yourself too. Then you're right. Hold on. Put myself here. I don't look as silly wide though. I don't look that bad. I need to figure something. I need to distort myself in another way. Maybe filters. That's the one. Now we're talking. Hold on. Hold. No, that's not it. Well, wide Murdy, tall Taz, now you're cooking. I have to stay on the right side because you see my light pole and that just doesn't work. So I'm gonna go over here. Make myself a little smaller and then widen out like this. There we go. Now we're playing Final Fantasy. Make yourself green? Alright. Actually, I don't know if that works because I think my green screen's going to remove me if I make myself green, but I can try. Ooh. I think I just stumbled across a gold mine. You guys ever seen Shrek streams before? How we doing today, guys? I'm I just created my own model. I'm not even me anymore. You look like an Oblivion custom character. Yeah, I've been working on this new model for a long time. I just came back. I'm sorry. I've just had one too many healers for lunch. The what's it called? The chlorophyll is starting to come off on me. All right, let's play some Final Fantasy. Hey man, you're green. Hey Mad Dog, how you doing? Yeah, I'm like I'm very sick today. I'm really under the weather today. You know, it's. Are healers made of chlorophyll? Yeah, of course. What do you think makes them green? Same thing that makes plants green. Surely this is like an extremely catchy looking thing, right? Would you want to watch a streamer that just looks like, you know, an average Asian boy, or would you rather watch a streamer that's green? Be real with me now. Don't lie to me, chat. You may not like it, but this is what peak streaming looks like. I'm telling you. It's a good look. I was sick. You are all making fun of my condition. Taz, make your HUD 200% for the love of the game. How do I do that? Isn't that... Don't I have to, like, customize the layout and do it one at a time? Isn't that, like, terrible? Isn't that going to take a really long time? I understand that we're doing a bit right now, but I think that's a little too much commitment for the bit. What's the bit? Yeah, no, we're just playing normal Final Fantasy. There we go. I've taken too much ether. This is just what he looks like. Yeah. I'm actually impressed by how green I am. Let me see what other colors I can become for my model debut. I can also become color correction. I can actually be blue. Die. This is not bad. You ever see blue people? Turn on my stroke so I can become super cartoony. Look at me. I'm still a little wide. Most models have legs. They just want to see the grippers out. I wear socks for that exact reason when I film full body shots, because you can't give them away for free. Well, now I'm actually yellow. I can't do this because this is racist, so we're not going to do that one. Pink? I like green. All right, I think the council has spoken. There we go. Yeah, it kind of looks scary when I smile. What the? Look at the rat trying to commandeer the stream by giving me orders. Fine. Go to system config and put the resolution in 4K settings. System config. Resolution. $4K, like this. Oh no, can I just change this to this? Oh, it's already at max. Oopsies. Is it just this one? Ah! Oh wow. Oh, this is good. Oh, my abilities are overlapped. Uh-oh. Oh, this is this is hideous. Marnie's looking a little thick. She's looking a little wide, you know. Put on a few degrees onto her hips, you know. A few extra. Change the aspect ratio a little bit, you know. You know, actually undoing all this is gonna suck, but that's okay. Is this punishment for not finishing MSQ? We're just having fun. We're just having a good time, I think. That one though, that screenshot's awesome. All right, Lurik, I know that it's been a little bit, but Andrea's bounty's paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us be drink and be merry. What does this cutscene look like right now? Hold on. I've been meaning to ask Murray, but I've been impression you were rather acquainted with these warriors of light that you've been letting on. What do you know about them? Nah, this just feels right. This is what it feels like to be like a VTuber, because I don't even feel like me. Like, I feel like I could just say random things and it won't like you really think you're gonna track this person to me? I can say whatever I want. Basically, I'm basically anonymous right now. So this is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true, of offering the lives to the first to cross the rift and halt the flood. Wicked white. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication or an ideal, but a fear of a love for those for whom she had forged unshakable bonds for comrades. I'm kind of sad that YouTube doesn't let you use or YouTube doesn't take like stills like Twitch does. So somewhere out there, I hope, and you should say something if you're that person. Someone is like scrolling through, hopefully, the Twitch directory and sees my green visage and is like, I'm gonna watch that stream. Hopefully, I hope they're not scared of me, because I'm a little scared of me too. Having said that, if I tested Brenda Ray, if I were challenged to offer my life for the others, even knowing it would amount to aught, but I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I'm a child and a fool who knows very little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled. I've only just tasted the bitter fruits that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of stern stuff, murder, far sterner than that. That's why I never know the path. Can never walk the path you walk. No shame in that. I'll be honest. You don't want to live my life. I'd click on green Taz if it was shown. I'm telling you, since Twitch takes like the Stream from outer space. Yo, you're right. Wait. You're onto something, Shroomer. Outer space RP streamer? Have to talk like an alien the entire stream? And I'm green? I need to buy like the little like long like alien rod things. Just put them on my head. I'll be like, word to humans. Someone get the voice changer. Oh, but there is. I cannot recall a time I felt happier and more alive than when I traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvera used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older you have and more frail you become, made me realize how little time together we have left. Shouldn't have to live out the rest of her days living alone and in squalor. I've decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and attend to her needs, for it will do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that she made the man I am today. Alright, let's try to get like a middle ground. I hope I didn't lose all of you. Just like that, we're back. Although I'm still a little overexposed for some reason. Why am I so bright? There we go. I love just seeing the text. The percentage is pretty tough. How about this? We'll keep the funny we'll keep the funny colored Tazzy. How about that? I'll meet you halfway. There we go. I'll even make myself a little bigger for the culture. Therefore, it pains me to say I fear this celebration must also mark an end, or at least the tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Murney, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusia, however, do pay us a visit. Yikes. I didn't put my hands high enough for cinema though, right? Like, I had to be up here. You need to bring your HUD back? I can handle it for a little bit. Do you think there's a market for strangely colored normal streamers? Like, I'm sure you've seen like your share of shark streamers, and apparently there's a lot of potato streamer. What's the one that the guy was? Is it potatoes? There's a lot of strange streamers out there. But have you ever? Do you think there's a market for peanut? That's the one. There are a lot of peanut streamers. Do you think there's a market for strangely colored streamers, like just normal, everyday, you're every man, but he's blue? Think about that, dude. I watch a lot of VTubers. Nothing is more cursed than that. The best part is it's so natural. Look, I can do everything I don't do normally, but I'm blue. Can you make yourself rainbow? All right, we're okay. For the rest of the stream, the next 10 minutes is just gonna be me doing the absolute most. So here we go. I'm gonna prove to you that I can do fantastic things. All right, check this out. This is my mind at work. Watch this. We're gonna copy this and paste it. Now I have two mirrors of my own camera. If I change this one so I'm a different color, let's change the hue. You're about to see... You're about to see Sweden. Ready? Watch this. Sweden come to life. Oh no, I can only have one. No, wait, hold on. This is a lot harder than I thought. Because these use the same color thing. No, this is so difficult all of a sudden. This is not working the way I want it to. Despite how much I'm desperately trying, I just don't think it's gonna work. Remove that. Come back to MSQ NPC. We're chilling there. All right, I'm coming. You only need a voice changer. It'll be complete. I'll see what I can do. I'll work some magic. Bum, bum, bum. We can be one of those streamers that like plays a game but doesn't really play a game. You know what I mean? Like, what happens if I make my face really big? What if I make my face really big, but then make Final Fantasy like really small, you know, like that. I put myself back in the chair real quick. Don't worry about the light stand in the back. We're gonna crop that out real quick. There we go. See? Now we're like your favorite streamers. You need to have... I'm glad you caught what the reference I was going for, Rat. Not that, you know, anything escapes you guys. You need cleavage for that. Behold my unbeatable resourcefulness. I need safe for work images, obviously. Give me a second. I'll figure it out. Put green screen shorts on and put I might after the stream I might go stop by Walmart and buy some green screen clothes. What happens if I put a green screen top, green screen pants, and just played Final Fantasy on my body, you know? How we feel about that? The other secret I have, we can even hold on, we can even proof of concept that part. Check this out. Let me bring back Final Fantasy into the foreground. Hold on, 1 second. Do you have a nice butt though? I actually kind of do. I'm not gonna hold you, but I kind of do. Believe it or not, I do. I consider myself a workouter. You know, not a gym rat, but a workouter. Prove it. It's flat. I'm not gonna indulge in your debauchery. Okay, I'm not going to. Wait, Mad Dog, weren't you the one who said I had nice legs? I don't remember that comment. You think the nice legs ends on my quads? No, of course not. Come on. Be real with you. All right, here's the proof of concept here, okay? Check this out. If I do this, and I do this. Here's like, here's my shirt, right? Like let's wrap this around real quick. Let me turn off the white. It's completely destroying everything. All right, how we doing? Here's my vanishing act. Hello. Looks like you're gonna eat Murney. Yeah, so this is the thing I use for my green screen. It's all over my floor. It's just like a green tarp I bought at Walmart. But it actually works really well, see? As long as it's not folded, which is like when it's on the ground, it actually works really well. That's the secret behind the green screen. The man, what's the thing? The man, behind the thing? Behind the slaughter? The man behind the slaughter, that's what it's called. I was actually going to do a short on my main channel, for which I have never done. Now make a... Hello, Mr. Yellow, Chief Weed Officer. You can't call me that, Chief Weed Officer. Hello? Hello, Mr. Yellow? Was it my eyes that gave it away? Was that what it was? Was it the black hair? Come on. Seriously, Mr. Yellow. But you all said you're chilling over here, right? Here, walk over. How about if I wear green socks? So like I do, how about this as a bit, okay? How about I do green socks? Whoa, my goodness, they're all right. You all actually here, huh? And you left me a seat. Thank you, Remove. Very nice of you. See Discord? I got you. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with this picture? Oh, I just did? Oh. Yeah, I'm offended. I'm going to cancel you on my stream right now. But okay. What if, okay, here's the next big bit. You ready? What if I wore green socks and then like I tease that I have my grippers out, right? And it just slowly pans up like I'm wearing, I'm wearing clothes, obviously. This can't be like, this is an R-rated stream. But then when you get to my feet and you're about to see the grippers live on in 4K, it just disappears. I just have no feet. How we feel about that? How you doing, Alicia? As you can see, we're actually doing weirdo stuff today, so you might fit right in. It could be peak. I'm saying it could be peak. I'm definitely going to Walmart and looking for like a $5 green shirt tomorrow. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm just going to look. Like, I think that would be useful, to say the least. Get a green mask. I think I could do like a turban. You want me to do like a green turban? Check this out. How we doing? Can you even hear me? Hello? There's no music, there's no nothing. It's like it's eerily quiet in here. I don't like it. It kind of scares me. We can hear. Where's the music? There's no music down here? It's very scary. I know someone who is a carrion bee tuber and her humanoid legs cut off her knees and it transitions to the hexapods. Actually, where did the music go? That's what I'm saying. There's no music in here. Oh my goodness, another one. There's too many people in here. It's very awkward down here. I don't like it. I don't know if there's anything else I could, like, do. Soon you shall be streaming on my platform, by the way. What are you doing? Is this your company thing? Are you creating a Twitch alternative? I'll be there. If you're creating a Twitch alternative, I'll be there. Just make sure you put a category for like multicolored streamers, and I'll have my own category. And then I will rule the waves. I am genuinely offended by how quiet it is in here. Shio, how you doing, Shio? Why are you green? Are you colorblind, Shio, by any chance? I'm yeller. Also, I really don't like how quiet it is. Let's get some tunes in here.
That's the sound of an American.
Advertisements. Skip. How's that? I just looked up smooth jazz. Do you all have a acquired taste for freeform jazz? Do you want to play some mahjong? Can't you seem a little busy right now? Just have a category for green people specifically. That's what I'm saying. Change to pink? I wish it was easier for me to do this. Oh, he's posting. I'll just grab the link. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No one will punish you for getting Nightbot to activate. Work time jazz. This is like the same thing, but sure, I'll do it. Let me see if there's any, this is what I've had in the background of my farming streams. It's peak. Leaderboard, how embarrassing. You've been silenced by Stream Elements bot. That is so funny that, this is so funny that, you can do that to Stream Elements. Let me see what else I can do. Let me see what other weird things I can do to myself. How about glow? What does glow do? That's not that cool. It's actually, I kind of feel ethereal. What happens if I do glow, but then I make myself opaque? Wow, I'm literally Ardbert. Hello. I failed. The warrior of light has died. Taz, what are you? I'm a disembodied ghost. Relax. Ardbert isn't hue shifted? Am I hue shifted right now? No, I'm just grossly incandescent. You need to finish Shadowbringers like this. I could do it. Really get into the RP fever. Walk in? Well, no, not today, you dingus. Shadowbringer stream where you slowly make your camera higher brightness. I've done that bit before. There we go. Advertisements. There's still no music, by the way. This place is genuinely dead silent. Hold on, they're trying to, they're giving me ads that are like local. They're trying to dox me, even though you know the general location where I live. So it's not like it matters. Bro's playing a bard, or is a bard and isn't playing? I don't need to entertain you. I'm already making a fool of myself on my stream. Look at me, I'm a ghost. Let's see what other weirdo things we can do. So that's ghost mode. Let's go back to being yellow and also get my opacity back. He's in Wyoming. You think I'm that boring? Do you know a single person from Wyoming? There's like 10 people in this world that are from Wyoming. And I'm not one of them. How about... I don't think there's that much more I could really realistically pull off. Render delay. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna do anything. I think I can just add any color to myself. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I normally look like. I know it's been a while since you've last seen me look normal. But this is what I actually look like in the real world. Now if I add color multiply like this. Whoa! What the? So I can, in theory, just do everything like this. Thanks for the sub, Chief Weed Officer. I'm glad the ads are doing what they meant to do, which is assassinate you to the point where you want to visit. Stare directly into the camera like your profile picture. Ow, Oni. Now that's a deep cut. Let's go. That's a deep cut. You need to smirk? Oh, sorry. I don't exactly remember how it looks, so I'm just gonna hit like 10 poses and let you guys do your work. I don't know why I haven't done this before. I feel like when I make shorts, why don't I just make myself a different color so I can be a different character? Am I stupid? Like I could have always just made myself different. Like, hello? Like, look, I'm not the same person anymore. Hitting every single emote he has unlocked. Taz, can you hit this emote? No, because then I'm gonna have to show my extremely nice butt that we've been talking about, you know? That's just not good. That's not gonna happen. That's like a $10 exclusive fan club. I'm not gonna name the website, but you know, it's Patreon, of course. How do I turn this off, by the way? There we go. The bakery is closed. Unfortunately, I don't want to show my power level yet. I'll show the goods off. I'll show the goods off when I buy like shorts and pants that let me play on them. I just had a terrible idea. You need to get a BBL before you start. Okay, that's not happening. That one, that's way too expensive for like a joke gag, you know? Anyway, there's too much music now. But I think with that, I mean, I think we've exhausted all the jokes I can pull off with my stream colors. This is the most MMO I've ever felt playing this game. It's nice to have like an actual RP day, isn't it? It's nice to feel immersed instead of, you know, I don't know, I'm not even gonna say it. You can hear me talk. Make yourself bald. I don't know if I could pull that off. The best I can do is something like this. There we go. Oh my goodness, literally everyone's just showing up. This is like iCarly. People are just appearing. Chroma key the black hair. I don't think you know what's going to happen if I chroma key black. Like that is... I don't think that's going to work. I can attempt it, but I just don't think it's going to work. You know? Uh-oh. Oh, the disease is getting to me. Help. I've become crystallized like what's his name? Look. Now this is Arbor. Yeah, I know. Well, look at my teeth. It took my teeth away. They took my teeth. One of them, I've had a few moments like this. One of them was an obituary for a player. It was super immersive. I'm assuming you mean like the player character died, or are you saying it was very immersive to live through his real life funeral? Oh. Huh. All right, fine. Let's try black. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna take all my hair. Go ahead. I shaved my hair to raise awareness for cancer. Let's see what happens. Well, that's exactly what I expected would happen. Well, I don't think black's possible. I'm sorry, Shroomer. It's something I think is a bit lost by most stuff in 14 being instances. Yep. You've hit the nail on the head. That was actually one of the big complaints. One of my friends who was into WoW said that was actually like the big thing that he didn't like about it. He's like, you know, I didn't like having to like swap between zones everywhere I went. I'm like, that's fair. He also played like all the way back in like 2017 and probably struggled because he probably didn't have a good computer back then. What if we do this? Yeah, I think the color picker thing is just, it's not working. Oh wow, that might be even worse than the last one. I just got on my shift in the coal mines. I've been down there for 5 weeks. Look at me. Taz, please, what? Wait, what happened? What happened? Take off the black thing? Oh, wow, it can't... It isn't a great look, is it? Let me try something else. Okay, that just deletes me too. It seems like anything besides... Oh my god, this one just takes my lips! Help! They took my lipstick away. I look this is like inverse of it kind of looks like I got lipstick on now, huh? I got like dark like black lipstick. This is crazy. This is what I look like if I slayed. Yotsuyu. All I'm learning today is that I'd slay in like black makeup. I mean, look at this. Look at these lips. We gotta get you emo. Well, here's the thing. I'm so close to being emo because I got black hair already, right? I'm like predisposed. I think if I color picker like my exact lip color, I think I can really get my lips out of here. Nope, that just made me a ghost. You can kind of see me. Whoa, look at this. Hello. Look at this. Okay, now my lips are crazy. Look at this. Why are you pausing the bard music? Oh, because so when I tab out of the game, it puts the thing in the background. So unfortunately, like anytime I tab into OBS, it's gonna stop the music. You look like one of those K-pop idols? What do you mean? You want me to go back? What do you mean like this? Now I'm a K-pop boy band. The lips one? I gotta figure out how, I don't even know how I did that though. Whatever, we're just going back to green. Good luck making the stream normal after this one. What look how much really changed here? The chat's like the only thing that's really like kind of messed up. If I do transform, reset, pow, look at that. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. We survived. If you okay. My bad, I was not familiar with the game. It's okay. I respect the concern, Shroomer. If you see like, if all of a sudden there's a Taz, the game is too big. Oh, you right. That was another easy fix. Don't worry. There we go. See, we're good. If you just randomly start hearing waves of, did you see that blue boy, that blue boy who's playing Minecraft? He's so funny. You're all gonna go crazy. You're gonna be like, no way. Turn on the stream, any stream. You're gonna see my face, and it's gonna be blue me, and we playing Minecraft, speed running even, trying to hit the fastest times. Oh, my seat has been taken. Hey, what the? What are you doing? What was that? Final Fantasy 14 players only read at a 3rd grade level. I feel like every game says that. You know, I play like I said, I here's some lore drop. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! People said that about Yu-Gi-Oh! Players all the time. You're telling me that both those games have a preponderance of people that can't read? One of those is a card game. Fact check, untrue. My other hobby is reading books. I love that one. That's a really good one. Anyway, thank you all for joining me on this extremely special, and I mean special episode of Tazulu Streams. I think he streams Final Fantasy. I'm not sure. The last hour was not really Final Fantasy. I suppose next week we'll conclude the series. Hold on. I'm not going to interrupt this little thingy. But yeah. You will, we will. I'm glad. Oops. Next to my own thing. I will work on the stream layout. I'll try to make it not chunky and Chungus-like. And hopefully that next time we reconvene, we'll have a nice little Shadowbringers award. Your floaters went away? What do you mean floaters? What are you talking about? Whatever. But with that, Shadowbringers ends tomorrow, next week. And then Sunday, we either start Eureka or we do Shadowbringer Alliance raids, whichever one comes first. I don't know. Whichever one I feel like. I keep hearing good things about this Eureka, so I'm like super excited to do it. So, but then the problem is, what happens if I like Eureka a lot, and then it's like I want to do Eureka again? That's why I kind of want to do Alliance raids, because we'll probably just finish it, and if it sucks, it sucks. We'll just do the whole thing. But like, what happens if Eureka's good, and I want to do it again the next day, but it's Sunday afternoon, and I can't do it again? Then that's gonna suck. We'll see. I won't be available next Sunday. That's okay. You need to do Stormblood normal raids? Are you talking about Omega? Are you looking at me like I've not completed Omega already? Like, who do you think I am? I was an elite Omega clearer, by the way. He hasn't done the Stormblood Alliance raid he needs Bosha for? Is that true? Oh, well, looks like we're doing Bosha first. I guess that settles it. Sunday's a Bosha stream. All right. So be Eureka, yes, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what I'll talk. I'll see what it is tomorrow. Don't worry. Whatever we got to do. We need Schumer for Eureka. Okay, if we need Schumer for Eureka, we'll wait for next week. How about that? Yeah, we'll wait for it. Don't worry. We'll wait for everybody. Shio, you'll be here next week, right? Next Sunday. Because then you can join us for Eureka. Whatever. I'll wait for your response another time. Is that the 19th? I don't know. You scheduled that thing far ahead? We'll find out. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the impromptu color swath stream. And next week we thank Toy. All this Alliance raid tax makes me want to queue it. Do it. You won't. Do it as healer. Blind into it. See what happens. And I'll see you guys next week. Cheers. I'm still too large. I was not this large when the stream started. You cannot tell me otherwise.